So welcome back. Now I want to talk about the power of questions, the statements that you tell yourself. Because realistically, most people don't realize how powerful your brain is. Your brain is literally a command center. So whatever command you give it, that is what it's going to look for, and that is what it's going to try to create. See, we have part of our brain called the reticular activating system. Very small, very goal-orientated. So when you say something, when you believe something, like, for example, if you say, I'm going to have a bad day, oh, this day is terrible, I had something happen this morning. What tends to happen is that you're going to have a bad day because your mind is actually focused on finding those negative things because you gave your brain a command. It's almost like if you're at the airport, you have all this noise, you block it out, but all of a sudden they call your name or your flight or the destination, your mind picks it up. Or you can be walking, somebody might say your name and you might just turn around and be like, even though you weren't even paying attention, because your mind is very goal-orientated. Same thing happens when, for example, you forget the name of something and you're like walking around or whatever it is 2 or 3 hours later, and the name just comes because your mind was looking for it the whole time because you gave it a command. So the questions that you ask are critical. So I want to go over 2 aspects of this. And the first one is your what ifs. And a lot of times people ask what ifs and says, what if this goes wrong? What if it doesn't work out? What if our clients don't like it? But the best part of triggering creativity is doing positives what ifs. And there's a lot of very successful companies that do this in many different ways. Once they actually have what if boards where people go around and they put like big things in that what if board in the workplace. And they can put outrageous ideas and stuff like that. What if we had this? What if we did this? And there's individuals and organizations that also do this with their meetings. So we suggest that in every meeting, have a what if section where you actually talk about different ideas. What if this happened? For example, what if we had weekend hours? What if we open up a second location? What if buying out our top competitor? What would happen then? Because when you focus on the positives, what ifs, you actually open the door for big ideas and possibilities that might not be there because it may be too big or you might not think that is possible. But you open the door for that possibility, which then gets the brain looking of how to make it possible. The other part is how to. And this is something that you can write on a board, how to double our customer base. How to increase sales by blah, blah. How to design a better product, this, and that. What happens is when you start how to, for example, if somebody says, this is what we want to do with the organization, you're like, oh, that's not possible. You already told your brain, or I don't know if that could work out. You already told your brain it's not going to work out. So when you use how-tos, what you're telling your brain is that there's a possibility and that there's actually an answer out there, that it is possible. So how does your brain react? Your brain actually reacts by looking for that possibility and looking for those solutions. And again, you could be doing something completely different. You can be washing the dishes away from work, or you can be working on a totally different project. And your brain, your unconscious mind, is still trying to answer that how to. So even having that and not telling your people, well, this is how to do something, is opening it up to that idea. Again, how to increase sales, for example, and let that seed be planted in your employees and your managers and whoever it is within the organization. Because again, their brain, even if they're focused on other things, their brain is looking for ideas and possibilities to make that happen. Again, your brain is powerful, and when you give it a command, it's going to do that and follow that. So use your RAS, your reticular activating system, to your benefit and to your organization's benefit, to really use what ifs and how to's to find solutions that you might have thought were impossible to start off with. Thank you.